Welcome to Visa Technology once again. And yes, in case you've seen it already, we will probably have a new weekly live stream every Wednesday. And I apologize, I was just too lazy to get a good and better microphone over here, so you just have to deal with the with the audio. I know it's not the best audio, but it's what you get for today. For the next live streams, I will have a better microphone on here again. All right. Good. I really wonder if there are any people left from back in the day. It's not that long ago, but hey, if you've been here before, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Drop a thumbs up or whatever, or write before or whatever. I don't know. I don't have a cool key term that you can drop right now. Just give a thumbs up. Good. Anyway, let me have a sip of water first. And as you can see down there as well, I will try to make a daily stream on pumpfun. I will really try to do that. Probably it will not work to do it daily, but I'm trying. And on there, I'll just do live stream stuff, right? I will talk about the things I'll talk about on here as well. Not that much about AI probably. I will also do reactions and talk just about whatever I want to talk about. So kind of like here, but a little bit less AI focused. Good. Anyway, let's jump right into the first topic. And we'll, as I mentioned before, I don't have the time to make this in-depth researches anymore because the live streams from back in the day, I know it was just one live stream a week, but still I had other stuff to do and they really took quite a bit of research. So for now, we'll just brush over the AI topics that I deal with anyway, because this is what I can talk about. For the in-depth researchers, if you have any questions, let me know and I will research. That's the deal. That's a good deal. If you have any AI questions, especially decentralized AI or ASI related, drop them in the chat, drop them in the comments, and I will research them until the next live stream. And then we can go over that. That's a deal? I think that's a deal. Okay, then we'll do it like that. From now on, and with that being said, let's jump into the first topic here, which is just ASI1. I've talked about that before, and I really hope you use ASI1 because it's quite cool. Now, there's also a problem with it, which if you use it, you're probably aware, and we'll talk about that as well. So let me put myself down here. All right, so ASI1 obviously being the AI chatbot, not really AI chatbot, but let's say the AI, agentic AI from the ASI Alliance, particularly from Fetch. So to make this very clear, this is not Hyperon. We are still waiting for Hyperon. There's a Hyperon timeline that I personally am a little bit bummed out, disappointed about, but I fully understand that obviously this is a big vision, a big goal, and there's a lot going into that. I just would have wished that we'll still get anything usable during the bull run. And speaking of the bull run, I predict the bull run will probably, historically speaking, be over relatively soon, probably sooner than most people would expect. But we'll go into that in the charts section. As you can see down there, we have topics down there, which we'll get to. Okay, so when it comes to ASI1, it really works pretty well. So down here, you can attach a file, or you can toggle on web search or toggle on agent search. And then here you can, I hope, can you even see my cursor? Oh, yes, you can see my cursor. Okay, good. And then here you can shift between the different models, which is pretty cool. Now, one issue is that if you toggle stuff on here and then you type something in, sometimes it just doesn't load, or it takes ages to load, and you just wait and wait. And sometimes maybe it's my Brave browser. I don't know. If it's a browser, then maybe it is a browser. But if it's not the browser, then you've made the same experience probably as well, that it just takes ages to load. So I don't know why that is. Maybe they don't have the server capacity and too many people are using it, and the servers cannot quite compute all of the usage. That would be my best guess. But yeah, if it works quite cool. Now, what you can do as well is you can click up here on login, where the annoying StreamYard logo is in my way because I am too stingy to pay for a StreamYard subscription at the moment. But yeah, you can click on login here, and then you can log in. either with Google, which is quite nice, because logging in with Google is mainstream adoption, right? You don't need any crypto stuff. You can just do a login with Google. Everybody can do that. You don't have to use crypto. Now you can sign in with your ASI wallet, which is what I'm going to do. And when you sign in with your ASI wallet, obviously you need to type in your password. I need to make sure that you cannot see that. You cannot see it. Okay, so let me first of all find my password. You see how good prepared I am for this live stream by me now searching my password and not having this prepared at all. But we'll be in there just in a second. I know you want to hear me rambling on while I type something in. I know you want to. All right, here we go. Let's. Okay, obviously I typed in my password wrong. Of course this happens. What else would happen? Maybe I should stop rambling while I type in the password and then we'll be right. Let's see if that worked. Yep, that worked. All right, so yeah, let's log into ASI1 and let's have a look what we can do here, which is quite nice. So right, as you can see, my name for my chatbot is Sammy. We can look at my Sammy if you want to. You can pick your own name. You make your own personality. You create your own picture, your own unique style, which is quite nice. And then you can click on shape personality. You get asked all of that in the beginning. You can also type in your own stuff, but you can also create your custom personality from scratch. You can choose your pre-existing personality. I chose the hype friend, which hypes me up every step along the way, which is quite nice and quite cool, at least for me. And yeah, you can type in other stuff in here. You can share your socials with it, so you can stay up to date with that. I didn't do too much with that yet, but I imagine it's probably also quite useful when you want to grow your socials or ask for strategies or just for your AI to get to know your online behavior overall, so it can suggest things for you and lots of other stuff. So yeah, this is pretty cool, and I would recommend everybody to use ASI1 if you haven't used it already. Again, this is decentralized AI. And as people who want, first of all, this crypto space to improve, and also decentralized AI over centralized AI, we need to use this ASI1. We need to use this. So it gets an edge. It gets more information. It gets more data from us, so it can train better, so it becomes better, and gets an edge over ChatGPT, an edge, quote unquote. Like, it's not that far behind, I would say. It is actually pretty good, and if you start using it, you will realize that yourself. All right, so yeah, that's it about ASI1, I guess. Go ahead and use it. But we'll stick with the AI topic, because now we'll jump into Polymarket. And why do we do that? Why do I keep bringing up Polymarket? This is an AI channel. We want to learn about AI. Well, this is a technology channel, and crypto is a topic, and Polymarket is the most interesting thing in crypto to me at the moment. So this is what we are going to talk about. Why? Why is Polymarket the most interesting thing to crypto for me at the moment? Because it seems like the best opportunity to actually make money for everybody. And also because people outside of crypto can easily go into Polymarket and use it. You don't need to be in crypto to use Polymarket. It is on chain, it is peer-to-peer, so this is freaking amazing. But you don't need to know anything about crypto to use Polymarket. So it's just betting on basically everything that's going on in the world. Like, it can grow exponentially, and it really has a lot of potential. And what I am really interested in, and where I am working on building a strategy with AI, are mention markets. So mention markets are basically when there's a speech of, let's say, Trump, and then you have certain words, and you bet, yes, Trump will say Biden 7 times in that speech, or whatever it is. Trump will say TikTok at least 1 time in that speech. Now, why is that interesting, and why do I combine this with AI? I think that's pretty obvious, because you can just ask the AI, hey, go through all the transcripts of Donald Trump from the past or the most recent ones, and then tell me what are the words he's most likely going to use. And I wanted to figure out, can you do that? How accurate is AI? And I did a little bit of testing. I don't have collected that much data yet, but I collected a little bit of data, and let's look at the data I collected. So what I'm doing is, so this is what I started with. Let's look at this. What I'm testing is basically I'm using ChatGPT, I'm using Gemini, I'm using Grok and ASI One, and I'm looking how good they are. So in the beginning, I did it like this, just with the speech, the single speech and the words, and then I want a percentage pick, and that's basically it. And what would the AI guess? So my prompt is basically something like, also tell me what would be your most confident pick to, well, win the bet. And here are the bets the different AIs have taken. ASI One is a little bit less because I forgot to use it in one speech. I'm sorry, I forgot to use it in one speech, so it's much less, or maybe even in two. And this is the number of times they have been right. This is a little bit redundant, the number of times they have been wrong. And then this is accuracy. And when we look at the accuracy, we can see that all AIs have kind of a good accuracy. ChatGPT is the best one with almost 75%. ASI One and Gemini are tied for last place with 66.7, but again, ASI One has a lot of less data. And when all four AIs agree on something, when all four AIs say, yes, Trump is going to say bonkers, I don't know, then you have an 81.8% accuracy. Now, what are the important things here? How can we make money with this? Let's move over here. And this is a new table that I'm using right now. So this is, obviously I need to update this. So this is not accurate now, but yeah, I look at obviously the single AIs. Then I will look at when 3 out of 4 AIs agree, or 4 agree, which we had before, and 2 out of 4 agree. And here we have 3 out of 4. And if the percentage is 65% in total, and here 2 out of 4, if the percentage is 75% out of total. What does that mean? Let's look at that. So every AI gives a probability pick. So here, ChatGPT said, for example, with a probability of 60%, Trump will say Biden 3 times or more. Grok said probability of 80%, ASI One said probability of 70%. Gemini said probability of 80%. Gemini also said, hey, let's pick that. Which is obviously just one AI to pick that, so it's not that interesting. But if we look at the probabilities all of the 4 AIs gave, the median probability, the average probability is 72.5%. So when am I going to place a bet? Again, I'm collecting data. So the bets I place are ridiculously small, just like $1 or maybe $1.50, something like that. But when will I place a bet to verify what I'm testing here? I will place a bet when 3 AIs agree and have a probability of 76% or more. I will place a bet when 2 AIs agree and have a probability of 75% or more. And I will place a bet when 4 AIs agree. So here all 4 AIs agree, and here as well. So I placed these bets and I won both of these bets. I also placed this bet here with just 2 AIs. But yeah, 2 AIs over 75% is what happened here as well, 76%, right? So for example, actually it was just 1 AI here. Anyway, I still placed a bet. No, it was 2. Here it was Gemini and ASI One. Here, for example, we have also 76.3%, and the bet also was 1. I did not place the bet because the odds were not good enough, right? You need to look on Polymarket. If you gain 10 cents on $10, then obviously that's not a bet to place. You get a cent for $1. That's ridiculous. I would never bet on that, unless it's 100% sure. Where do we have? Oh, here's an example. Only 70% agreed of the 2 AIs here. 2 AIs said, yes, we will bet, but all of the 4 AIs just have a combined probability of 70%. I hope you can follow what I'm saying. So this is not a bet I would place because it has to be 75, and it was also a no. Right, this orange yellow color here means, oh, it did not hit, it was a no. So I did not place this bet. And this is how I will go forward. I need to update this table, and I will need to collect a lot more data on this table, but I will, and I will share that with you. And then we'll see if we can really, if the strategy makes sense, and we can really bet on that with a little bit more and make a bit of money with that, right? So this is what I'm going to calculate, and it looks like we can gain a good edge with that. And I will update you on these things. I will update on these things very frequently on pumpfun, obviously. So watch my streams over there. If you want to watch a daily live stream, I will still make my weekly live stream here. And if the bets are coming, if the speech is coming, I'll obviously update you as well on what I'm going to pick. So for now, the conclusion is, yes, it looks like we can make money with that. There needs to be more data collected, and I'm only taking very small bets for now just to keep track on how this is developing. And these are the rules for now. 3 of 4, 65%, 2 of 4, 75%, or all 4. These are my rules, and this is when I take a bet if the probability is right. And not the probability, but the possibility of money that you could make on Polymarket is right. So yeah, with that being said, I think Polymarket is quite interesting to look at. And now, drum roll. Let's come to the thing you've all been waiting for, which is the charts. Is the crypto cycle about to reach its top? Historically, I would say yes. Historically speaking, I would say yes, crypto is about to peak. Why do I say that? Well, if you have watched my channel in the past, you probably know why. This is the wrong chart. This was a joke that I made. Let's move over here. So we are on a daily chart here. What are we looking at? What have we looked at in the past? We have looked at halving to cycle top distances. How many days does it take from a Bitcoin halving to the cycle top? Now, in this cycle, it took 518 days. In this cycle, it's not even right here. In this cycle, from the halving to the cycle top, come on now, from the halving to the cycle top, it took 546 days. So a little bit more, but still the same ballpark. What we are going to assume now is that it's the same for this cycle, because history told us, hey, it's roughly between 500 and 600 days, let's say. Roughly between 500 and 600 days, we will have our cycle top from the halving to the cycle top. So what does that mean for our cycle right now? This puts our probability between these two red lines, because this is like 592 days. Come on. And here we have like 516 days, okay? And here we have 592 days from the halving to the cycle top. And we are exactly between these lines right now. This is also why I was not worried about this dip, because the market always dips, because weekends are going to shake out, are going to be shaken out. Is that correct English? I really need to talk a little bit slower to make sure that my grammar and everything is correct here, because I don't want to make the listening experience here more horrible as it already is with my very thick German accent. So now, anyway, when I say thick, I don't say S-E-C-K, I say T-H-I-C-K, okay? Thick. I hope I get the pronunciation here right. Anyway, this tells me we are close to the cycle top, and I fully expect Bitcoin to top somewhere in between these two lines. I expect Bitcoin to top in between these two lines. My target, and this goes back to the Crypto Lifer group. So shout out to Crypto Lifer, shout out to Master Friend. No one of you will ever know that I'm talking about you, but this goes back to you, that I expect the cycle top to be somewhere here, right? In this line. So $150 for Bitcoin, roughly. Maybe this is a lot less than many people expect. Maybe people call me a bear. I don't know. I don't care. I also don't know what's going to happen, right? So this is important. You, user, take responsibility for your own decision. Maybe the cycle runs to 500K and tops in April next year. Who knows? I don't. I'm just making the best guess I can make here right now, okay? So please take responsibility for your own actions. do your own research and take this as a data point, but don't take it as your ultimate truth here, okay? But yeah, this is what I would expect, that we are close to Bitcoin topping. Now, Bitcoin topping does not mean the whole crypto cycle topping, okay? But we are close. The crypto cycle probably will top, historically speaking, relatively shortly after Bitcoin top. It will run a few months, maybe longer. We'll need to look at the altcoin, at the, now what's the chart called? The alt3. You know the charts that I'm talking about. We'll need to look at that. We'll not do that today. But yeah, I want you to be very aware. I just want you to be very aware of this here, that we now reached dangerous territory. And as soon, I'm telling you, as soon as we make a new all-time high, our all-time high being like, why is my green line there and not the all-time high? Is that stupid? My green line should be the all-time high. Come here, girl, bro, is what I want to say. All right, as soon as we reach a new all-time high, I'm going to be very, very careful, and I am looking to get out of my positions. Also in the altcoins, obviously the altcoins run a little bit longer, probably, likely, I will look at that. But yeah, I hope you have an exit strategy. I also hope you have taken some profits. Like this also, I was not worried during this drop here, because I already took profits. Like I am already in profit. Everything now is just like an additional profits. Obviously, I still have most of my positions. I just took some profits, okay, because I expected to run further. But I am in the clear. I am green, so I don't need to be crazily worried. Still, I'm obviously careful and cautious, and I will take profits as soon as we start reaching new all-time highs, which I would expect to happen somewhere between now and the 1st of December. Okay, so watch out for that. Be careful what you're doing out there. Don't lose all your money. Please don't. Yeah. And with that being said, the live streams will not be forever, right? I will talk more about AI in the future as well. Again, if you have something that you want me to research and talk about, that can be any AI, preferably, obviously, the ASI Alliance or Tau, whatever you like. Tell me, and I will research that for the next live stream, and we'll go in depth. I will have AI topics, obviously, more and more, because this is just what this channel is about, and this is also what I love talking about. I just don't have the time to go too much in depth into everything, because right now my life is basically I need to focus on a few things. I am doing charity work now for an animal health organization. This takes up most of my time, so this is what I'm busy with, like doing something good with my life. Yeah, but I hope I catch some of you on pumpfun. The stream will be the link for my profile will be down in the description. I'm also trying to build something nice, something that helps the planet with pumpfun. So maybe you want to come over there. I see that pumpfun can have a sustainable future where you actually have not meme coins, but live streams that actually build communities. For now, it's crazy over there, obviously, but in the future it might be different. So I'll see you over on pumpfun, and if I don't see you over on pumpfun, I'll see you next week. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, and don't you forget to take profits. See ya.